Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the gym. Thank you so much for being here. Feels good to be back. Hopefully you all had a lovely weekend. I took Friday off because I was working on a video project, and I wanted to put more time into it. It is nearly completed. And then, so I'm going to be releasing that YouTube exclusive video here in just a couple of days, maybe even just a few hours. I mean, I don't know. It depends on how long it takes me to wrap up, but I am in the final stages of editing it, and I am extremely excited about it. This is going to be one of the most unique videos I've ever made, so I cannot wait to show it to you all. It's got a bunch of fun features as well. It's just going to be a good time. I was visiting my family this weekend as my grandfather has just passed away recently, and we were having a celebration of life on the Eastern Shore of Maryland. So I went and got to spend some time with my family this weekend, which was great. Just got to, catch up with everybody and remember my grandfather. So that was good. And then I had an interview that I wanted to get along the eastern coast of the United States with a very special guest for a very special video that I am working on. So Natalie and I embarked on a large trip up the East Coast to go visit with our special guest, and I can't wait to eventually reveal to you all that project that I'm working on, but that is another very exciting one. And that interviewee gifted me with this custom Boston Celtics Tricky Gym Champions hat. So that's why I guess I'm a Boston Celtics fan now. There we go. Yeah, I've never had a custom Tricky Gym Celtics fan hat. This is sick. I mean, the hat is dope. It's fire, honestly. So I'm really hyped about that. Gotta love a new snapback. Listen, I've got no allegiance to the Cavaliers. Okay, I know I didn't grow up here. In fact, I grew up in the Baltimore area, and we didn't really have, like a basketball team worth rooting for out there, all right? It's what's the Washington Bullets, the Washington Wizards. I'm good, bro. So, yeah, my choose anyone but Boston, Jack says. I don't know, but why would I choose anybody but Boston? I've got the Boston hat. It says Tricky Gym on it. Yeah, I guess I'm a Boston fan now. There we go. Yeah. I've been to a Cavs game once. I guess the only basketball games I've ever been to, I went to a Cavs game once, and that was pretty fun, even though they lost. And then I went to, I've been to a couple of Terps games for college basketball, but other than that. Yeah, so it was a lot of fun. I had a great time this weekend. I'm not going to spoil too much of it, okay? Because I want to keep it. I want to keep that project kind of mostly under wraps until I'm closer to finalizing it. But that one's going to be really exciting. Like I've said previously, like I have 3 different like long-term video projects that I'm working on right now. The first of the 3 is like nearly done and will be released this week. The second of the 3 is going to be out before the World Championships. And then this third one, this was like the major interview for the third video project that I'm working on. Like the one that had to happen in order for this third video to happen. So I'm very thrilled about it. No, these are not vlogs, Gazer Beam. These are more like Though Gazer Beam, you're going to be in the video that's coming out this week. I have you featured in the video coming out this week, Gazer Beam. They're kind of like mini documentaries, yeah. Yeah. They're not just vlogs. They're not like about my trips. They're about people or topics or stories, and I'm telling them, right? It's like that. So, yeah, and I'm really excited. I've had such a, thank you CMT for that sub in the 17 months. Thank you Solid RK for the sub as well to get the stream kicked off. I've had such an incredible time, like working on these documentary style videos so far. Like, really, I mean, it's been the most rewarding and like powerful experiences getting to talk to people and getting to tell stories and stuff. So like at this point, I mean, it's crazy because at this point I have hours and hours and hours and hours of video of interviews like stacked up. Like the work is done now. For a lot of the projects that I'm going to be putting out, the work is completed. Like I've done the legwork. Now I just need to like get finishing touches for some things, and I need to edit. Like that's where I'm at right now. So like the one video is coming out this week, and then the second video is coming out like within a month, I'd say. And then the third video is going to be so crazy, bro. The third video, I had to drive 10 hours home last night for this interview that I got. The interview that I got was literally a 9.5 hour drive from my home. And I drove 6 hours there from the eastern shore of Maryland. I drove 6 hours there and then like 9.5 hours home just to get that interview. And then another interview that I got for that video, I had to get while I was in Europe. When I was in London for LAIC or EUIC. So like this video project has been like, I've been working on this. I've gone so far to get these interviews, bro. I've literally traveled around the world to get them. Yes, it's going to be so exciting. I cannot wait to put it all together. I cannot wait. I've gone, there's been so much time put into them at this point, but it has been so fun. And I was like, I didn't know if it was going to, I didn't know what the result was going to be, and I still don't know what the result will be, but it's been an incredibly rewarding experience already doing these. So yeah, I think it's already been rewarding. So, whether they succeed or not on YouTube, I don't really care. I'm out here and we're doing it for the culture. Okay. I've decided that a long time ago. How long are the videos? This first one is not incredibly long. This first one's about 20 minutes, but that's because of the nature of the topic. I feel like a 20-minute. It's the first one. I think I've already talked about this. The first one is a video discussing who is the Pokemon TCG GOAT, like who is the greatest Pokemon player of all time. And it's like really diving into that question. And I'm doing interviews and I'm talking to people, but it's 20 minutes focused on that question specifically, which I feel like is like a good healthy length to discuss that. At a certain point you start walking around in circles. But for that kind of discussion, I felt like 20 minutes was like the perfect sweet spot. But for the other videos, they are more storytelling. And I think like this second one could be like, I mean, the thing is I have hours and hours and hours of footage. So like it could be as long as an hour, 2 hours, but like it probably won't, because I'm going to want to like crop things so that they feel fluid and smooth and like snappy and you know, you're kind of just taking the best parts from all the interviews and putting them together. So like, I'm not exactly sure how long this second video is going to be, because it's really telling like 5 or 6 different stories intertwined with each other, right? I did see that Jason got second at the big RSPK event. Yes, I did. I suspect that the second video will be closer to like 45 minutes to an hour. Yeah, like maybe 40 minutes, this second video. Because the second video, I'm going to let the interviews play a little longer. I mean, it's really going to be about the storytelling, and kind of like weaving the narrative of these, like, 5 different players that I, was it 5 or 6? Five. But then I think I am going to also release, I think, the full interviews on the VOD channel for like the videos that I make, right? So like, if you want to watch the extended cuts, like if you're a real fan and you want to watch the extended cuts, I'm going to be dropping the entire interviews on the VOD channel. And there's going to be little tidbits in there that, like, that are going to be really special to like hear and find. And it's going to be for the people who really care, right? Like people who really want to hear the whole stories, right? You'll get those full stories on the VOD channel. But like for the YouTube main channel, I have to cut it down to make it like a digestible format for the normies. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You gotta, you gotta make like a digestible version of it for the normies out there, okay? The normies aren't gonna see a 3-hour docuseries video and be like, "Oh yeah, let me grab my popcorn." Like, they're gonna be like, no, probably not, right? So, I've got these very exciting video projects that I'm working on. You'll get a taste of what they're going to be like with this first one. But even this first one is really different though, because this first one is less storytelling and more discussion, which is different than the other ones. But a discussion video that I've wanted to make for some time. And then the other 2 are going to be more storytelling, so they're going to be a little bit longer, I think, a little bit more in depth. But like, thank you, Real Big B, for the sub and the 32 months. If long videos are popular right now, I kind of have started noticing that, but that's what the VOD channel is for. The VOD channel is like, that way, like, people who click on the VOD channel and like watching the VOD channel, they understand what they're getting into. Long form content, right? Like, that's what it is. It is long form content. If you like watching hours of content at a time, the Tricky Jim VOD channel is exactly for you. Thank you, Audrey Apples, for that sub and the 20 months. I appreciate it. Now, the first video could come out as soon as today, but as late as like Wednesday. So between today and Wednesday. I nearly finished it on Friday, but like, I needed to give myself 1 extra day. I was working on Friday. I spent all Friday making the chart. I don't want to spoil it. The chart is so sick, though. I spent all day working on the chart. Let's see. I'll give you a quick flash of the chart. Oh, yeah. The chart, bro. Huge chart. And it's like there's going to be some, kind of scrolling through a huge timeline chart and talking about things. I ain't going to spoil it. This is called teasing, Natalie. It's called a teaser. Teaser. Everybody loves a teaser. Yeah. Everybody loves a teaser. People love teasers. Thank you, Sticks, for the sub and the 17 months. I appreciate it. But yeah, Natalie says she has to fact check my video before I can release it, and that's fair because, you know, I'm not the greatest with facts and details, but I'm pretty good. I've been doing my own research. All right, I've been doing a lot of my own research for this, and I have first-hand accounts, first-hand references. Yeah. All right. I've cross-referenced my material with the sources. With the sources, all right? Yeah, I've been doing my own research for sure. Yo, thank you, Jesse, for that sub as well. Appreciate you. Jesse, CMT, Real Big B, Audrey Apples, Sticks. Yo, thank you all so much for the support. I appreciate it. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun working on those. And then, like, so I got my own projects that I'm working on. And then there's another huge project on the horizon, which I am legally obligated to not say anything about. So I just am so excited for you all to, you know, learn about that too. But that is also going to be huge. So, yes. And it's a-coming. It's on its way. And soon enough, you will all be in the know. So that is quite exciting. It's been 10,000 years. Yes, that one. The one. Yes. It's been so long. So we got a big summer coming up. That's gonna be awesome, and I cannot wait for all the stuff that we've got coming. Man, if I keep talking about this stuff, I'm gonna spoil everything. So I need to move on. All right, because it's so exciting, so exciting. I just want to spit it out and tell you guys right this second. So, anyways. Neopets has been fun. I got a couple more booster boxes coming on the way, and I'm going to be putting together, you know, my Judora deck. Very amped about that. Putting the finishing touches on that. I also got a huge package from Buy Ye, baby. Who wants to start the stream off by doing a little Buy Ye unboxing? Isn't that fun? I got tons of stuff from Buy Ye. Let's do a little mail time. Here's the mail. It never fails. It makes me wanna wag my tail. Oh yeah. Let's go. Now, I'm no longer sponsored by Buy Ye. They don't sponsor my content anymore, but, you know, it's a good service. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. It's a good service, and I legitimately use it, so. Yeah. Look at all these, baby. Look at, man, somebody ordered too many Pokemon cards from Buy Ye. Yeah, so if you're curious, why is this, the color is acting up, isn't it? I could tell the white balances. It's because of this. I put that envelope and it like changed, didn't it? Anyways, that's probably fine. Is probably okay. We'll deal with it. It's just a little unboxing. One of the funniest things about ordering from Buy Ye is you get to see all the funny packaging that people put their stuff in. Here, we'll adjust the white balance. There we go. Not like that. Ew, it's yellow. looks bad. Ew, it still looks bad. All right, we're putting it back on auto. All right, automatic it is. Whatever. This will work, right? This will work. This will work fine. See that? This camera looks so nice. I know. The Nikon. This will work. All right. So, one of the fun things about ordering from Buyee is that, like, basically Buyee is like a proxy shipping service. So, you know, most Japanese sellers that sell on like platforms like Mercari and Yahoo auctions and all that, obviously they don't ship internationally. So, Buyee.jp is like a proxy shipping service. It basically acts as your own little Japanese address, and you can get all these cool things shipped from Japanese sellers to your own little Japanese address at the Buyee warehouse, and then Buyee will combine all your packaging and ship it to you. That's exactly what that giant white bag was, right? Now, I never pay for any additional protective packaging or any sort of, like, I do the bare minimum as far as, like, paying for this stuff goes. So, it is not special. They literally, you see how it's changing? That makes me mad. All right. This is why I can't do auto white balance, because it's just going to keep changing. Can't do that, bro. We got to do, not daylight, not that. Set it to 5.6. All right, we'll do that. This is 5. This is 5.6. This is yellow. This is so yellow. This is 5.6 though. This is like way yellow, right? This is 5,600 right here. Better than green. It is better than green, I know. I feel like we could go like a little bit lower. This is 5K. This is 5K right here. It's still yellow. Hold on. It's a nightmare because I had this camera set on the exact settings that I like, and then I went and changed it one day. And then, do I have a white balance card? Surely this will work as a white balance card, right? This is when I went to set white balance. This is what happened. And now look at us. It all just looks so yellow. What if I unplug this sign? I do have like a yellow neon light like over there, you know? Sometimes I worry that thing is messing with everything. But like everything else looks fine. Like this looks great. This looks terrible. Anyways, I think I could just do auto white balance if I just take this white envelope out of there. We'll do auto. Write settings down in the future. You're a genius. All right. Honestly, automatic is going to be better than anything else. So we're just going to go to automatic for now, and I'm going to have to figure out the rest later. This is automatic, and you know what? It looks better than everything. Yeah, but the problem is that it changes, and that bothers me. It should not change. It should just stay, right? Do you see it? It's already changing. Like, that's why auto is terrible, because it's gonna like alternate as I do stuff. Oh, this is sick. See, so one of the most fun things about opening stuff is that you get like you get like the most random packaging. Like, this packaging's got like IKEA, right? Because basically you're getting like packaging from, you know, like eBay or auction sellers, right? They're just individuals. They're not necessarily card stores. Sick. Oh, yeah. Let's see what we got going on here. I've been working on my 150. Yo, see, this looks terrible. Look how... Oh, I can't do it, bro. I can't do it. Why is it so blue? It looks so blue. Thank you, Daxer R. That's what I'm saying. I have to be able to fix it, right? What if I just set everything to automatic? No. Automatic is not my friend. It looks terrible. That looks terrible. This all looks terrible. All right, we're going to get there. Even if it takes me all day. All right, I think I need to go back to... What if I just said, like... No, that ain't it. That ain't it. That ain't it. That ain't it. All right, yeah, none of those presetting settings are it. Portrait mode. Go total opposite of automatic. Well, that's the thing, is like, it feels like no matter where I put it, as far as like the color temperature goes, it all feels so wrong, which I don't know why. Like, I feel like I used to have it in a spot where I really liked it, and like then I switched a setting one day, and like I feel like I've never been able to get back to that sweet spot ever since. Let's try this one more time. Nope. That looks bad. Now it's making that look like red, right? Honestly, I envy people who can work with color, because to me, it's like the most frustrating thing in the world. Like, I don't know, how do people do this without like losing their minds? Because like lights all have different colors. It's like finding the perfect guitar tone. This actually seems like kind of fine, right? Like, I guess, like, we could tolerate looking at this. Why? But this is supposed to be tan, and it like looks green here. No, that's pretty tan, I guess. Is this tan? You retouch for a living? I don't know how people who do this... What kind of camera am I using? I'm using a Canon XA55 camcorder. And the thing is, if I just set it on automatic, then it gets all whacked out so fast. There is a slight greenish hue. That's what I'm saying. How do we get the greenish hue out of here? How do we remove the green tint, bro? How do we get it? How do we get the green out of this? It's slightly green, dude. Turn up pinks. I know, right? Let's see. But shouldn't you just be able to do all of that in like the in the white balance, right? Take the Boston hat off. My hat is not in the frame. My hat is not in the frame, bro. Let's see. I feel like we'll get it, you know, we'll get it eventually here. The longer I mess around with my camera settings, the longer we have till we have to turn on TCG Live. So, like, you know, there's kind of a win to that. All right, I should just, yeah, we'll put that on manual. That's fine. The manual exposure settings are fine. You just have to, like, make sure that everything's makes sense. It looks so dark on my screen here. There we go. Now it's bright. It doesn't look that green right now. It is a little green, though. It is green. The more I look at it, there is some green to this. There's definitely green to this. No, like, I'm looking at this table with my eyeballs, and there's not a single green. There's not a single green tint to it. I don't care about fixing it in post. I want to have it be good right now live. All right, I'm turning everything off and turning it back on. The camera, that is. Look how nice this camera looks. And then you're telling me that other white balance is okay? No, it's not. Thank you, Sky, for that sub in the 35 months. This camera's killing me. What's with the FBI case files? Well, I would show you if I could color correct my camera. But I'm having an incredibly hard time with that. All right, let's see. I think I just have to deal with it. You know? God, it bothers me, though. Is that a metal trash can behind me? Yes, it is. Yeah, the problem with asking you guys that every screen is also different. I know. That's why color is insane. How do people live like this? Thinking about color. Yes, of course I've tried turning it back off and back on again. All right. Any second now. Yep, I think I'm just going to have to live with this. What does IR rec color mean? Fine. I'm living with this. It's either I get off the stun lock now and we start opening Pokemon cards, or I sit here thinking about my color balance for the next hour and a half. So I think we're going to get off the stun lock now, and we're just going to open some Pokemon cards. So let's do that. This is my package from Bai, and I'm working on my Master Ball collection, okay? And the thing is that Pokemon 151... Pokemon 151 just got a reprint in Japan. So of all the times to pick up the Master Ball cards from Japan, now is the best time to do it because the set just got a reprint. So what I'm saying is that the Master Ball cards are about as cheap as they're ever going to get, right now in this very moment, because they just got most of them they just got reprinted in Japan's Pokemon 151 reprints. Now, for those of you guys that don't know, oh, check that out. I got some anime sleeve. Okay. That's kind of fun. It's and the Slowbro is triple sleeved in the anime sleeve. There's an outer sleeve. No, not triple sleeve. Double sleeve, though. The anime sleeve was double sleeve. You guys know who this is? Anybody in the chat know who this lady is? All right. And we've got the Master Ball Slowbro. Rem from what? From ReZero. Cool. Got the Master Ball Slowbro. Now, for those of you guys that are not familiar, the Pokemon 151 set in Japan. Okay. The Pokemon 151 set from Japan came with reverse holos, right? You get one reverse holo per pack. And the reverse holos usually have a Pokeball reverse holo pattern. But once per box, and only once per box, there is a Master Ball pattern instead of a Pokeball pattern. So I am going for 100% completion on the Pokemon 151 Japanese set. I'm working on it, and naturally, the Master Ball cards are the most difficult to get. What's the average price of the Master Ball cards? Well, it depends. Some of them are extremely cheap. By extremely cheap, and not even extremely cheap. Some of them are kind of cheap. I mean, $7. That is as cheap as they get. Oh, this is one of Natalie's cards that she ordered. Okay, I need to open this carefully because... And this is what... I do hate this, by the way. If you're ever selling cards online, do not do these little taping mini games, okay? Where, we have to, figure out how to get the tape off and how to get the card out. There we go. Wonderful. Yo, check him out. Holo Nidoking from L3. Natalie collects the L3 cards. Natalie collects the Heart Gold, Soul Silver era cards in Japanese. But She collects the unlimited versions. What's really funny about the Heart Gold Soul Silver cards or I guess this is Triumphant, right? Like the equivalent of Triumphant L3. What's funny about these cards is that the unlimited ones are actually the more rare ones. The first editions are much easier to find than the unlimited ones. So Natalie collects the unlimited Japanese like Heart Gold Soul Silver era cards because they're so much harder to find. They're so much more scarce, right? And it's just like a little, fun hobby of hers. That's what she collects. So we got Nidoking. I forgot we ordered that. That's hype. All right, we got Buddy Fights. Yo, look at this Buddy Fight guy. Look at him. He's like some dragon or something. Hey, yo, let's go. Finally picked up my Secret Art Rare Erica. This is like one of the most expensive cards from the set, and honestly, it was going to be annoying to pick up at any point, and I decided, I might as well pick it up now because it's the cheapest it's ever going to be, right? Like literally right now is the cheapest that any of these cards are going to be. So I'm like, all right, as someone who's actually trying to master set this, I need to buy this card now if I ever want to complete the master set, because this card could easily, continue to climb as time goes on because it's a Secret Art Rare Erica. So of course it will, right? So we finally picked up that for the collection. This one looks nice. So very happy with that. Wonderful. How much is it? The thing is, and the reason why I ordered all these cards on Buyee as opposed to eBay is because they're much cheaper in Japan than they are just like if you buy from an English-speaking seller on like eBay, the price is going to be so much higher because they've pretty much have already imported it, right? And they've already kind of like paid to import it, so then they're going to forward that import tax to you basically. So buying directly from Japan and then using a service like Buyee to like it cost me $40 to ship all of this from Buyee, but like when you consider the fact that it's, how many cards do I have? I mean, from all these individual sellers, like when you put it all together, you're like, all right, that's only like maybe $1 or 75 cents per like, per card, which is not bad. Oh, this is fun. Natalie got a big stack of... Yo, look at these guys. Wow, okay. We've got like a Rapidash Unlimited. Dang, look at all these guys. Gliscor Holo Unlimited. Porygon Holo Unlimited. Yo, these are so cool. What the heck? We got Drapion Holo. She found, I think, like a huge lot of unlimited cards from this era on Buyee, so she was really excited to pick those up. Nice. The Rapidash is so nice. Muck. Love that Muck artwork. And they're all unlimited too, which is super rare. That's hype. Ditto. Pidgeots. Nidoqueen. Nice. Electabuzz. That is a gnarly Electabuzz artwork. Voltorb. Tentacool. Lil Man. Yanmega, and Bellsprout. Nice. Yeah, those are some crazy pickups for her unlimited collection. That is fantastic. I will put those nicely back into there. But yeah, if you go to like eBay or whatever, and you look up like any Master Ball reverse holo on eBay is going to be between like $20 and $30, right? But on Buyee, you can find some for like between $10 and $15, right? And it's like, okay, you know, that added up over the, you know, if I have to pick up 50 Master Ball holos still, and I have the list of ones I still need, and the list is finally getting shorter. Like I feel like I'm finally getting to the point where it's starting to be obtainable. I have at this point like quite a lot of them. But yes, the unlimited cards are much cheap, or not the unlimited, the Master Ball cards are much cheaper to find in Japan than they are to find, you know, like on eBay. But the only way that you're going to end up making like the purchase cheaper by, you know, through using a proxy service is if you actually like buy a lot of them, right? Yeah, I could show the Buyee service, sure. Yeah, I mean, I use it all the time. And honestly, the best thing to do if you're like, here, check this out. I'll show you guys what I do. Buyee getting the free Tricky Gym plug right now. What the heck, bro? It's Buyee.jp. And it's a good service. Like, I really do recommend it. So I was definitely happy to advertise for them when they were paying me to do so. But yeah, you just go to Buyee.jp, right? And they have, it's not like a buying, it's not like a, like there aren't products listed on Buyee.jp. Buyee.jp is a proxy shipping service. So it is a shipping service that helps you, presumably an English-speaking, consumer, buy products from Japanese sellers and get them shipped to you. That's what that's the service they offer. So usually I like going to Japanese Mercari, right? Because I feel like they have a lot there. So what I'll do is I'll go to like Google and say I'm looking for like Team Rocket stuff. I'll type in Team Rocket Bulbapedia, right? Team Rocket Bulbapedia. Then you go here, and then I always go to Bulbapedia because they have the Japanese name. So then you take the Japanese name, copy. Then you go here, paste, right? Boom. Look it up, and then you're going to get a bunch of Team Rocket stuff, right? All stuff from like Team Rocket, all that. You know, thank you, 6832 for that Prime sub in the 3 months. I appreciate it. And so, like, this is something that I think is kind of, this thing's only $300. This is the cheapest I've ever seen this. Because I think these were like promos. So the Raikou is much more difficult to get in Japanese than it was. Yeah, look, it's got the promo stamp there in the corner. But apparently the Raikou is like much more difficult to get in Japan than it was internationally. So that's actually a really good price on that. Because I've seen this card as high as $1,000 because it was only released in Japan as a promo. Like, so for comparison, see, this Sneasel EX is $73, right? So like, yeah, which makes sense. So I feel like if you're looking at like most of the Rockets EX Pokemon, they're going to be between $50 and $100, but like that's just what they kind of cost over there. That's like the market value of them. You know, the Rocket Sneasel, like these guys, right? here, like, that's crazy. You get 2 Rocket ZXs for $36. They're probably beat, though. I'd have to imagine the condition on those is probably bad. Yes, you can see they definitely are beat, right? So, like, that's a pretty good deal on those, but they are definitely worn. You can see there's like some crease action going on. The edges are kind of hammed, but they're still really pretty cards. I mean, so, like, what I'm saying is when you're actually buying the cards in yen, like, you can get them for a lot cheaper, but you have to pay to get them to your house, right? So, like, through Buyee, you can get the cards for, like, the actual prices that people pay for them in Japan, and then have them shipped to the Buyee warehouse, right? And then they offer you like 30-day storage for free in the warehouse, right? So for 30 days, if you want to, like, accumulate orders over the course of like 30 days, they'll give you all the breakdowns of, like, which packages have shown up to their to the warehouses and things like that. Collectible Cardboard says there's also a purchase fee per item. So, like, check this out, right? Say I really like this Team Rocket deck box. I want this deck box, right? So you click on that. You go to proceed to order page, right? $19, right? Standard plan, 500 yen. So that's like, they check the package, make sure it's genuine, all that, whatever. I always go to light plan, baby. No inspection. It is what it is. They either send me the authentic product or they don't. I go for the light plan every time. So that means zero. No additional protective packaging. You can pay for additional protective packaging. I always say, nah, brah, send it, right? So then you do have a service fee of 300 yen. You do. You have a service, but you can make the other things as cheap as possible, right? Like, obviously, you have to pay Buyee something. They're literally, like, they're taking in your package and then sending it out to you. But what's yen to US dollar, right? It's $1.86 per card. So, like, for instance, all right, let's go to eBay. Go to ebay.com. Say you want to look up like Japanese Master Ball Pikachu 151, right? Like, say you were looking for this card or whatever, and you can find it for $200 here on eBay, right? There you go. $200 on eBay. But if you were to find that card for like $150 on Buyee, like, that's, you're making out. You save $50 there. You have to pay for the service fee, and then you're going to have to pay for shipping. But if you're able to, like, put together enough things to make the shipping worth it, then it makes sense, right? So that's why, like, whenever I do a Buyee order, I don't just order one thing from Buyee. I have to be in a position where I'm like, all right, I'm doing a Buyee hoard. I'm going to get a whole bunch of stuff together over the course of 30 days, and I'm going to have them ship it all to me. Because, I probably have 40 things here, so I had to pay $40, maybe $60 on the Buyee service fees. And then I had to pay $40 in packaging. But I saved way over $100 just comparing prices between the Buyee stuff and eBay. And it was also much, much easier to find this stuff. So, like, that's kind of the deal, right? So, anyways, that's why I use Buyee. It's a nice service, and it helps me to find those, like, kind of rare, difficult to find Japanese cards and products and things like that. That are just much harder to find on eBay. So there we go. That's what I'm doing right now. Opening my buy ye order. See, aren't these little notes so nice? And then you get the little authentic Japanese packaging, too, from all the people selling in Japan. And that's always so fun. Thank you. It's a lot of envelopes. You're telling me. I know. Sometimes I get to the point and I'm like, you know, we just have way too many Pokemon cards. And then more keep showing up. What's up with that? Sometimes I'll be cleaning the house and I'm like, dang, you know, too many Pokemon cards in this house. And then I turn around and I got a package with like way more Pokemon cards in it. So what's up with that? It's kind of messed up. All right, we got Master Ball Cloyster. Beautiful. Listen, all right, so here's the real deal, though. Like, they're coming out with the Team Rocket set. I gotta finish the Pokemon 151 set before the Rocket set comes out. Goodness gracious. What if I'm still working on the Pokemon 151 set? Sick. Amber Fossil. What if I'm still working on the Pokemon 151 set when the Rocket set comes out? Because goodness knows I'm gonna need to complete the Rocket set. Now, hopefully the Rocket set doesn't have Master Balls. This is like the most difficult collection goal I've ever had. Natalie has a more insane collection goal because she tries to collect every single Electrode ever printed, which is like its own, you know, she's got spreadsheets and all that. The goggles, Master Ball. But this is like the first time they've ever done the Master Ball thing, right? So it's like, all right, and it's the 151 set, like, all right. So I was like, it's fine. It's an investment. It's an investment, guys, right? It's an investment. The Pokemon Master Balls, it's all an investment. You get it. You get it. This is how I'm going to pay for my child's college one day. Is the Pokemon 151 Master Ball reverse set? Machamp? Yeah, just look at all these investment pieces I have. Listen, Trevor, I don't know anything about index funds, all right? What I do know about is Pokemon card. Oh, yes, I also forgot. By the way, y'all, FullGripGames.com is having a huge sale right now. 4th of July sale, where from July 1st to 7th, you get 15% off everything at FullGripGames.com. So head over to FullGripGames.com today if you are looking for Pokemon cards and would like them shipped to your house expeditiously. We've got all the best Pokemon cards at FullGripGames.com. July 4th sale. 15% off the entire website this week only. So definitely don't want to miss out on that. There you go. 15% off. FullGripGames.com. Thank you all so much for shopping at FullGripGames.com and supporting the channel in that way. All right, back to cardboard. Let's go. All right. Hey, yo. Look at that, a Duel Masters sleeve. There's a Luxio. Tangela, a whole bunch of bonus cards. And the Abra that I wanted, very nice. Don't need those guys, but the Master Ball Abra. You can see, let's see, I'll pull up the list of guys I still need. You guys can see how... you guys can see how long the list of Master Ball cards I need. This is the list. Master Ball, and then you see I got in my note, I got like, that's how you say Master Ball Mirror in Japanese. So like when I'm typing it into Baiyi, that's I could just copy paste that text. And yeah, these are the only cards I need. So I'm like, this is for the entire complete set, like Pokeballs, Master Balls, regular set, everything. This is all I need right here. So I'm pretty close now. With this most recent order, I wanted to get the list so that I didn't have to scroll anymore on my phone. That was like that was my main goal. I was like, so if I just like don't have to scroll anymore, perfect. Okay. That feels obtainable for some reason. Thank you, Lugnut, for that Prime sub in the 11 months. I appreciate that. I started Happy Canada Day. Sure. Yeah. Happy Canada Day to all those that celebrate Canada Day, to all the Canadians out there. There we go. Could I show you guys the binder while... yeah, the binder's at home, but yeah, I could certainly bring that in. It's been... the thing is, the Pokemon 151 set like came out right around the time I was visiting Japan for the World Championships last year. So then I was like, oh, well, I gotta like go for the Master Ball set, you know? It came out like a little bit before it, but I was in Japan and they had all the Master Ball cards, so I was like, oh yeah, you know, like I'll just start picking these up. Like it won't take that long. It won't be that hard. It won't be that hard, he said. Yeah, right, bro. This has been one of the most insane things ever. I hope that they never, ever, ever do Master Balls ever again. And if they do, I probably won't collect them. Yeah, I hope Japan never does the Master Balls. And if they do the Master Ball set for the Team Rocket set, I can't. I ain't doing it, bro. We're not going there. I gotta say no. I picked up the Mew as well. Let's freaking go. I honestly forgot the cards that I picked up. So, like, this is really hype. Now, in the US, this is a promo. I feel like, honestly, doesn't that kind of ruin it, though? Like, in English, they made one of the coolest hits from 151 a promo that everybody gets. Like, doesn't that just ruin the fun of it? It's just one of the reasons I like collecting the Japanese cards more. Like, this card is one of the most hype pulls from the set. And they just gave it out as, like, everybody. Like, they just, like, gave it out. I think it kind of ruins it. It, like, I don't know. It doesn't feel special when it just comes guaranteed in a box. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the shop has a gazillion of these floating around. Like, it doesn't... yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's just my own personal bias, but... it is a very beautiful card. Andrew thinks the normies shouldn't have cool cards. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I guess you give the cool artworks accessibilities, but then it makes them worthless too. So, like, I don't know. from a collector standpoint, isn't it cool if a thing is rare? That's what, all right. So from a collector's mindset, isn't it cool if a thing is rare? Isn't that the point of collecting things? Like, does the rarity not matter at all? As a player, you're glad it was a promo. But yes, the regular art could have been a promo, right? Like, couldn't the regular art have been the promo? You don't want a Moonbreon, but you don't have to get it. Okay, so this is the thing, is that from a collector's standpoint, having scarcity and rarity just makes the collectibles like more fun to chase. But so long as it does not impact your ability to play the game, I don't see the problem with it, right? Because it's literally all collecting, 100% of collecting is vanity. 100% of it, okay? 100%, all of it. It's all vanity, bro. You don't need it. You don't need it for your collection. You don't need it. There's no such thing as need. You're collecting. It's the definition of it, right? But so yes, I think the Pokemon Company does an incredible job making the game accessible for people to play. And that's very important. But like, did the coolest hit in 151 need to be turned into a worthless promo? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I think it's okay to have like the cool cards be really hard to get. To me, that like, not worthless? Yo, how much are these things worth on eBay? Not that one. The Mew promo. $7. $6. $8. They're like $5. Yes, and this is like a card that would have easily fetched like a $75 price tag. Now, I'm all for the game being affordable, but like, what I'm saying is, doesn't it feel fun to open, a card that's worth something, right? Out of a booster pack. Does that not feel fun? Like, isn't that a fun thing? Isn't that kind of like a fun thing to do? I don't know. To me, it's fun. It's more fun to just open a card that's worth something out of the booster pack. Like, that's fun. You get a booster pack, and then but I don't know. If you go to Japan though, like a lot of the Japanese promos over the years, I don't know whether it's like the way that they like release their promos in Japan. A lot of the promos in Japan end up like having a pretty high value, actually, because the promos are like rare. Like, do you guys remember when Cram-O-Matic was a promo released in Japan, right? And like Cram-O-Matic was like a $50 card or something, because it was only a promo. Yes. So, right, if you look up like promos like the Guzma and Hala extra Battle Day cards, right? Exactly, right? I did see the Chinese Gold Battle VIP Pass. Yes, I did see that. But it's fine. Ultimately, like, this card was given out as like as an English promo that you could get in any box where you bought it. Like, yeah, that's fine. To me, I prefer the regular art one to this one in English, but in Japanese, like, this one's like pretty rare, so it's kind of neat. I did see the Chinese Gold Battle VIP Pass. I did see that. That's crazy. I can't believe they got it. I know. The Gold Battle VIP Pass, Chinese exclusive. Cramomatic was not only available in the US, it was a Japanese promo card. Yo, they gave me a freebie? Oh, no, I think I ordered these two together. That's right. The Pinter came with the Almanite. That's cool. Do you think they'll get gold? Do you think China will get a gold Hisuian Heavy Ball? Now that they've gotten, like, cards that they got a Gold Battle VIP Pass. I'll show it off after I'm done opening the mail. Nice. Master Ball Shelter. They got a Gold Battle VIP Pass. So now they could get anything, bro. Anything. Scaruppy. This must be for Natalie. I'm like, what's up with this? Oh, yeah, it's a unlimited L3 card. All right, that's Natalie's Scaruppy. Got it. Yep. I'm all for accessibility, by the way. Like, I've said that the Pokemon TCG Live, everything should just be free. They should just give it to you. For logging in, they should give you every single card ever made on TCG Live. Just make the game as accessible as possible to play, right? Now, if you want to bling, I think that stuff, I mean, the bling stuff should cost money because that helps keep card stores in business, right? I do think, yeah, that's a Master Ball Caterpie, nice. Yeah, the bling stuff should cost money because it helps keep card businesses in business, and the card businesses are the people who help to, you know, promote the scene of the game and all of that. But as far as making the actual game easy to get into and accessible, like 100%. Like they should just, yeah. That stuff should all be extremely affordable, which I think they've done a good job of. But honestly, I feel like TCG Live, you should just log in. They should just give you everything, bro. Just for booting the game up, they should just give you everything. Just for downloading it. Like for downloading it, they should just give you everything, bro. It's the least they can do. And then it would actually save them money because they wouldn't have to pay to produce those code cards anymore. Right? So it would actually save the Pokemon Company a lot of money if they just gave you everything for free. Because they wouldn't have to pay to do code cards. There you go, Doug Trio. My boys. I still can't believe how many envelopes there are. This is like insane. How are there this many envelopes? Oh, there we go. I was like, that is not a Master Ball Clefairy. No, but that is. Cool. Jesse says, all this paper and tape better be going in the trash. What? I don't even have a trash can in my studio, dude. It all just goes to the floor. You know that. I gotta say, the packaging has been pretty reasonable. Sometimes I get some incredibly unreasonable packaging when I buy it. Yo, that's hilarious. Yeah, just the pull tab for the Psyduck, just in case, you know, you were having a hard time gripping it. That's fun. Hey, yo! That's right. So we got the gold Mew as well. Let's freaking go. Like I said, these cards are as cheap as they're ever going to be, so that's why I kind of went on a spree and purchased a bunch of them. There we go. We got the gold Mew. And it's because Pokemon 151 was just reprinted in Japanese. So it's like, all right, got to strike while it's hot. Strike while, you know, while the cards are like relatively affordable. Like since I'm trying to get the complete collection. What is all of this? Oh, that? The metal, the big metal thing? I don't have a trash. That's, see that might, okay, that. If you thought that was a trash can, oh, you're mistaken. That's not a trash can. No. That's not. That's not a trash can, no. You're mistaken, folks. That just looks like a trash can. That is a piece of, ooh, sorry guys. That is a piece of decor. All right, we got the coughing. I don't know what all this bulk is. Like, why did they send my coughing with all this 151 bulk? Like, I don't want your Japanese 151 bulk. Like, why did you send me this much bulk with the coughing? All right. They're dumping it on me. Machop. Nice. The Master Ball Machop. Okay. All right, we're finally getting somewhere on this. Come on, Scyther. In the little baggie. And the sleeve is in the little bag. Okay. And there he is, Scyther. Wonderful. Master Ball Scyther. Yeah, I think even if the Team Rocket set is really cool, and even if the Team Rocket set comes out in Master Ball Edition, I don't think I could ever do another 150. I don't think I could do another Master set. Even if the Team Rocket set is so sick, I don't think I can do it. Master Ball Ghastly, Kamiya, let's go. The Master Ball set, it's just so much. It's so much. Every single card has a Master Ball reverse. And the Master Ball reverses are only one per box. Yo, Starmie. Okay, let's go. Kabutops. Seadra. Come on, man. See, like this one. Why is he in the smallest little bubble wrap? Okay, there we go. There we go. Seadra. Yeah, check this dude out. All right, we got the Flareon sent in an absolute brick. The evolutions are some of the harder ones to get. Cool. I've got a little snap case. Yeah, the evolutions were definitely some of the harder ones to find. They're some of the most popular Pokemon in the Pokemon franchise, so that makes sense. Who do we got here? Yes. Jolteon, Eevee, Vaporeon, and the Flareon. These were definitely some of the most difficult ones to get out of everything. Does the audio sound scuffed? Is my audio jacked up? Jack. Hello. All right. Yeah, so those are very exciting. Lucid says, thanks for the sale. I just bought your metal deck. Yo, appreciate you. Thank you so much for supporting the shop at Full Grip Games. Farfetched. And the last folder. Uh-oh, not the duct tape, bro. Not the duct tape, dude. If you're packaging a card and you're whipping out the duct tape, stop what you're doing. All right? Put the duct tape down. Put it down, put it away. It's not worth it. This one is a card I ordered by accident. Yes, I know. Oh my gosh. And it's the most cursed. All right, this post was cursed start to finish. You notice how all of these are Master Ball cards, right? This person titled their listing as a Master Ball listing. And so I purchased it. And then I realized after purchasing it that it was not a Master Ball. It was a Pokeball. I got bodied. Yes. So, lesson learned the hard way. Check closely, folks. Okay? This is what the Pokeball Hollow. They got me. They got me for sure. And then they sent it in the most cursed packaging possible with all the duct tape. So this is my extremely cursed Pokeball Haunter, which I already had, but I just bossed up and got the Master Ball one anyway. I know. Yes, saving the best for last. The unfortunate Haunter, which I got by accident. So anyways, that is my my show and tell. We got a lot of really cool cards. And I'm very excited to put them away in my investment portfolio. Oh, look at that. See, this is sick. Look at this. The technology. The tape technology is insane. Yes, I can't wait to put all of these cards in my investment portfolio, where I will save them all in wonderful condition until one day I get to sell my complete Pokemon 151 set for, I don't know, a few grand or something. Probably. Try to pay for my kid's freshman dorm room or something. Something like that. Fun. But we've still got more to talk about, folks. It's not even TCG Live time yet. There's still more to discuss, much more to discuss, actually. Much more to discuss. How we all feeling about the new invite structure, huh? We all over that? Is that old news? Now that you've had some time to sleep on it, now that you've had some time to chew on it for the weekend, are we doing okay with that? You think I could still milk a couple hours of content out of it? Well, part of me was like, all right, I can either go live on Friday and it's going to be like a hornet's nest of people just being really mad in the comments. Or I could just put my video out and then work on my next video project and we could talk about it on Monday. So I think, for the most part, it kind of just is what it is, right? Like, logistically, TPCI needs to have the World Championships be an event with a predictable attendance number, right? So that's the reality that they need, right? They need to have that. The game is getting bigger, it is changing. I mean, I've been playing the Pokemon TCG since 2012. The entire time since 2012, I can say without a doubt, the entire time, every single year, people have been complaining about something changing. Like every single year since 2012. Thank you, Captain Nightfall, for that Prime sub in the 30 months. Every single year. It's like people have been in a constant state of lamenting that things were not the way that they used to be. At all points, actually. Since 2012, people have been lamenting that things are not the way that they used to be. And, I don't know. I don't know if I will ever go to another World Championships. Like, I don't know that, and I'm someone who does this full time. Like, I don't know if I'll go. And that's okay. When I think about the other hobbies and think about the other competitive games and think about the other sports out there and like what you have to do to compete at the world level. Like, I do think for a while, one of the most enticing things about, like, a very enticing thing about Pokemon was that the pool was not very deep. Like, you could hypothetically be a random person who just picks up the game and gets good enough to compete on the world level in a few years. That is not necessarily a thing anymore. And that doesn't necessarily have to be bad. Like, it just is different. It's just changing. Of course, Pokemon is turning into more of a sweaty esport. Do you see how much money's on the line now? Like, when I won my regional championships in 2015, I didn't get any money. I got a $250 Visa gift card and a case of Primal Clash and a trophy, right? Like, that was the level of the game. That was the level of the game where everybody felt like if they went hard enough, they could go for a World's Invite. That was the level, right? But then over the course of the last decade, Pokemon has been very intentionally and obviously turning the game from a casual kind of Division III sports feel, which is one of the things that really enticed me about the game early on, because I was a Division III athlete. I was very used to competing for no money. I was very used to that, right? That's something that I've been doing my whole life, was competing just for the love of competition. So that was the vibe. Those were the vibes of the game back then. And there's a lot of people who miss that, right? Play for the love of the game, no money involved, right? Regionals didn't used to cost any money to enter. Let that sink in. And you didn't get any money for winning. Yeah. So, of course, everything was different back then. Yeah, everything was different. And then they introduced the huge prize money, right? They introduced the huge amount of prize money, and that was a shock to the system. Like, I won a regional in 2015 and got a $250 Visa gift card and a pat on the back. And then in 2016, I got second place at a regional championship and I got $2,500. And I was like, whoa, that's crazy. Man, that's kind of nuts, huh? Wow, look at that. Even as recently as, you know, they kept that prize structure the same for a long time. And then after COVID, obviously, events got much, much bigger again, right? And they were obviously going to change the payout structure, because the payout structure at that point they'd had since 2016. A lot of years had gone by and the game had grown and changed. So they changed it from being, you know, $5,000 for a regional win to $10,000 for a regional win. They changed it from $10,000 for an international win to what, like 25 grand for an international win. Now from 25 grand for a world championship win, now it's like 75 grand for a world championship win, right? So like they've been dialing up the knob. They've been making it a sweatier, more competitive game. They just have, right? I just top 8 at a regional championship. I got $3 grand for it. All of my other top 8 regional championships that I've ever gotten from 2016 till this last one, I got $750 for, right? Like, that's a difference. There's a big difference there. You know, I earned more for that top 8 regional finish than I did for my second place regional finish back in 2016. So they've updated the prize structure and they've changed the game. For better or for worse, the game has changed, right? And the game will continue changing. And we can't just go back. You can't put the cat back in the bag. You cannot put everything back to the way it used to be. Pokemon used to be this kind of casual competitive game where there was no prize money on the line and people didn't fly to regional championships. Like that was not a thing. People didn't fly to events. Regional championships used to truly be regional. They did, okay? People didn't really fly, straight up. There was no reason to. You didn't win any prize money. Like, you didn't. So, like, why would you fly to the St. Louis Regional Championships if all you get is a $250 Visa gift card and, you know, a case of Primal Clash for winning? So regionals used to truly be regional. Nationals used to truly be national. And all of that. But the structure of the game and everything has been changing as the game has just ballooned in size and continued to grow. And if you're looking at things from the Pokemon Company's perspective, like, the game has continued to grow as they've introduced prize money. As the Pokemon Company has continued to turn Pokemon into more and more of a sweaty esport, attendance has grown. That's kind of like what they see. So they are going to see it as like, yeah, it's not necessarily unsuccessful. All the changes that the Pokemon Company have made since 2004 at this point, they are on a successful trajectory, right? Because the Pokemon Company International took over organized play in 2004. So you got to assume, like, they'll continue to tweak the formula, obviously, but the game has gotten to a point now where, you know, they used to be able to say, like, all right, we're going to set the bar at 500 championship points. We'll kind of see how many people get it. There were some years where the Pokemon Company did not announce how many championship points you needed. Why? Because they needed to know exactly how many players they were going to get to Worlds. And instead of announcing a number and then being wrong, they just didn't announce a number and got like halfway through the season and were like, all right, this is the number, right? That's obviously a terrible way to do it. But they did that one year, right? Do you guys remember that? They like took forever to let us know how many championship points were needed for the World Championships. Do you remember that? Like, that was insane. They can't do that, right? So then this year, they tried a different thing this past year. They tried a different thing this past year, and they just set the number really high. And they were like, surely people won't go nuts trying to compete for 600 championship points, right? Wrong. 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 So it was inevitable, right? In order to have a world championship event in the modern era of the Pokemon TCG, where everybody wants to go, right? Because everybody wants to go. But the reality is, you can't have everybody go. That's the reality. The World Championships are not just one big party, you know, where everyone's invited. That's just not the thing, right? They can't have everybody in the world who wants to go to Worlds go to Worlds. They can't have that. That's logistically not possible. So, or reasonable. So it was always going to get to this point. Always. And you can lament the fact that it's gotten to this point, and I think that that's okay, right? You know, even I have to have a certain amount of like, dang, all right, you know, times are changing, the game is changing, this is just what it is now. Pokemon is not what it used to be. It's bigger. It's bigger now, and that's okay. We can embrace that. We can be excited about that, and we can be excited about all the positives that come with that change as well. But it is going to mean that that Worlds just becomes a different experience to get into, and one that not everybody feels like they can compete for. That was always going to be a hard change to swallow for a lot of players, especially as the game was growing, right? You were getting a lot of players coming into the game, hearing about World Championship stories, hearing about, you know, how easy it was to qualify for Worlds, or hearing about the fact that like all you have to do is be at this level and you can qualify for Worlds. Hearing from friends who are like, yeah, I never top 32 to regional and I qualified this year. Hearing stories like that, right? Made anybody feel like they could do it. Pokemon was always going to have to pull the plug on that, okay? Always. They were always going to have to pull the plug on that. As the game continues to be successful and grow, they were always going to have to nix that. Always. Right? So, that's, to me, that's just part of the deal. You know? Now, one of the changes that really excited me that they've done in the last couple of years, I have always been saying that regional champions should get an automatic invite. And they implemented that, but I've always been saying that. To me, it was ridiculous that you could win a regional and you still had to fight for a World's invite. Like, what are you talking about? Why? Right? Like, just let it be one and done. Like, if you win the regional, like, invite that player to Worlds. Yes. I was extremely happy that they did that, and I was also extremely happy to see the Pokemon Company International pay automatic invites down to top 4 of international championships. So, like, that's amazing, right? And I think, for me, if you have a dream of going to Worlds one day, then dream of winning a regional. Right? Dream of winning a regional. Like, if you're not able to grind your way in, that's okay. You know? Do the best you can at the few regionals you go to. And work really hard. Like, work your butt off, dude. Like that. You know, I didn't qualify for my first Worlds until I won a regional. That's where I was at. Right? That was the year that things finally clicked for me, when I started putting those finishes together. Now, obviously, regionals are really big now, but It's still doable if you set your mind to it. You know, Jesse, I mean, look at Jesse, right? Like, Jesse was a caliber player who was able to get his invite to Worlds, but Jesse almost won a regional last year, and he had never, like, top 8 at a regional before that. And he almost won, right? But he had never top 8 at a regional until that second place finish. So, like, and then he top 8 at another, and it's all because of hard work. You know, Jesse put in the work to get to that point. And now, I would have said, like, if you maybe pitched this new invite structure to Jesse a couple years ago, he might not have been so confident that he could make it. But now Jesse's extremely confident that he can make it because he knows that the hard work and dedication that he's put in is paying off, right? And, like, nobody that I know grinds like Jesse does. He really grinds for it. He really wants it, right? So, yeah, Flatos, yeah. Won, I think it was like his first event, and he won. Yep. So what I'm saying is hard work can pay off. Like, and I think that just recalibrate your expectations, set your goals for, you know, for what makes sense within the new system. I understand. If you were ready to set your goal on qualifying for Worlds and you feel like that's been ripped away for you, there's going to be disappointment that comes with that. However, my message would be that this change was always going to happen and was inevitable. If the game was being successful, this change was always going to be inevitable and was always going to happen. It's unfortunate that many players are in the game at this point of flux, right? Where it's like the expectations are changing. However, 10 years down the road, things are going to be better off because of it. So, like, you know, for me personally, I've been playing the game for a long time. I got to see the game when things were way more casual, and then I got to watch the game grow from being more casual to, like, as sweaty as it gets, right? So, yes, every single event you attend is an opportunity to win some cash. Every single event that you attend is an opportunity to hit that new personal best. 100%. Go for that first regional top 32. Go for that first regional top 8. Go for that first regional top 4. Go for that first regional win, you know? Everybody's goals are different, but I would say focus on playing. And if you're having the year of your life, then maybe that'll be a year for you to qualify for Worlds. I mean, like, look at the Olympic qualifiers this year, right? Like, the Olympics only happen every 4 years. Some people's lives were ruined by finishing 4th place at the Olympic qualifiers over the past couple weeks. Like, let that really sink in and resonate. As competitors, you're not owed or promised anything. Nothing. You're not owed or promised anything at all. You know, thank you, Lago Jacobo, for that Prime sub in 36 months, 3 years. Appreciate you. Thank you. You know, watching the Olympic trials really kind of helped put things into perspective for me. Like, you're watching people who have put a lifetime of work into their sport, and this is their one chance in 4 years to make the World Championships, and then they finish 4th place in the trials. And it's like, you might have finished 4th place by 100th of a second. So that's it's crazy, you know, 100th of a second. That's a life-changing 100th of a second. And you know, I think this change to the structure really is going to highlight, you know, why are you playing, right? Why are you playing? And are you playing for a sustainable reason? I think it's really going to, a lot of players are going to be butting up against that. And if you're, and if you don't have sustainable motivations, then maybe, then maybe you will fall out of the hobby, right? Just like, athletes or any other competitor in the world. So, yeah, competition's tough, but I think it's going to be okay. That's my summation. It always was going to end up going this way, especially if you look at the past couple of years, the different things that they've tried. They tried holding off announcing how many championship points until they had an idea of how many they might need, and then they let the number out. They've tried setting the number just really high and hoping that not a lot of people went for it, right? Now they're just like, okay, we can't leave it up to guesswork. We have to have a determined number of invitees, and this is the system that almost every other game uses. So it just makes sense. Colin says, I don't think it makes sense to compare the Olympics to a hobby or a card game originally designed for kids. I don't really buy the kids argument because, yes, it is a family franchise and it is a family game, but it is competing at the world level in anything automatically. Like, when you are competing at the world level in any activity, you kind of up the maturity level of it from like a kid's game to a serious activity. When you put $75,000 on the line, like, you are upping. It's not just for funsies, right? No, this is like they're turning it into an esport, right? And esports, you could say, oh, video games are meant for kids. Then what are esports? You could say 2K is meant for kids. It's an esport. Like, it's gaming as sport is a thing, and it is becoming more and more and more of a thing. You could say that all video games are meant for kids. I mean, could you not? Right? Yeah, and most people in gymnastics are like 16 years old. Right. I mean, it's like, in fact, most people that compete in sports are younger than me. Right? You could say all games are for kids. Right? It doesn't really matter. Right? No, like, competition is for everybody. Pokemon is a family franchise, and a competitive family-oriented franchise, I would say. But yeah, the older I get, the more I realize, every time I watch professional football, I'm like, dang, bro, I'm watching a bunch of kids. I'm watching a bunch of kids, bro. Yeah, man. I'm watching a bunch of children out there tossing that ball around, Yeah. So, anyways, that's kind of like that's kind of my summation of it. Yes, change is hard, right? Change is hard, but change is the only constant. Change is the only constant. And I've seen the game change a lot. I've seen the game change a lot from 2012 to 2024. There have been multiple times in the last 12 years I've been involved with Pokemon where I'm like, dang, man, it's not like it was in the old days. This sucks, right? But, like, honestly, the game keeps providing meaningful experiences and things for me that keep me engaged all these years later. And even though things aren't the same, and sometimes I miss things about the old days, I am constantly finding new things to appreciate about the world of the Pokemon TCG that keeps me coming back. And I suspect that if everybody else looks for those good things happening in the Pokemon TCG, you will find them as well. So that's kind of my thoughts on it. Change is hard, but it will be okay. We got a lot of new cards to talk about. Quite a few, actually. So let's take a look at them. Reprint Umbreon? What you mean? Okay, what do we got going on over here? Over here. The reprinting Evolving Skies? Ain't no way. Oh, no, they're just doing another... Yeah, okay. All right, I think we saw this guy. Yeah, we saw these fellas. We talked about them. Orthworm EX. Look at that guy. He's a 220 hit point basic Pokemon EX with the ability Kerpow Return. When this Pokemon is damaged by an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, even if this Pokemon is knocked out, put 2 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon for each metal energy attached to this Pokemon. Okay. And then Rock Tomb, 150 damage, defending Pokemon can't retreat. Yeah, I don't think that this card is good, but certainly very funny. If you have a lot of metal energy on it, then your opponent's going to be taking a lot of damage when they hit it. But these kinds of strategies have pretty much never been good in the Pokemon TCG, and I do not expect it to start now. Sorry, all you Earthworm fans out there. Pokemon has started to reveal English cards from our special Shrouded Fable set, as posted before. It will release on August 2nd. Based on the card numbers, there will be no surprises in our English set. Fantastic. Because I already did my set review on YouTube, so I'm really glad that there's not going to be any surprises. That's great. Yeah. Wonderful. We did get the new Cassiopeia there in English. Looks great. Very cool. And then Stellar Crown sets officially revealed. Yo, look at these. Booster pack artworks. ETB artwork. Noctowl. That's cool. Yeah, check these out. Dang, all right. We got Stellar Turtle. Stellar Tortoise. Hexagon. Tell me there aren't more hexagons, bro. Are there more hexagons? Every one of these is a hexagon when you think about it. Oh, yes. Full Grip will definitely be doing pre-orders, CMT. Yes, we will. Thank you, Jim9, for that sub. I appreciate it. Oh, yeah. Those are hexagons for sure. Galvantula, Lapras, Cinderace, Tortoise. There you go. The artwork for Noctowl is awesome. Once during your turn, when you place a card from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, if you have a Terra Pokemon in play, search your deck for 2 trainer cards. That's nuts. Very powerful for those Terra decks. Thank you, Big Body Backs Caliber, for that sub in the 14 months. Yep, we got that. Dash Bunny X, Galvantula X, new illustration rares. All right, let's see. Dang, look at that. That's crazy. All right. Hydrapple EX. Cool. The Joltik. You're going to change everything in my Lightning Gym Leader Challenge deck. Trey says, I need that Hydrapple, and you haven't bought a Pokemon card since 2023. Oh, yeah. This Joltik, oh, he's a problem, or is going. I wouldn't say that he's a problem. He's going to create problems. Battery charge, colorless energy. Search your deck for up to 2 basic grass energy and up to 2 basic lightning energy, and attach them to your Pokemon in any way you like. Then shuffle your deck. Wowee. That is, yeah, that's a lot of energy. That's 4 energy from the deck to your Pokemon in any way you like. Now, obviously, in standard format, okay, I mean, listen, you can get hit with Iron Hands turn 1 on the first turn of the game. I don't want to hear anything about speeding the game up in standard. That doesn't do enough. It's probably not a big deal. But, I mean, you could power up 2 Iron Hands with your Joltik, I guess. But I still think you're probably better off doing Future Box if you want to do things that way. However, in Gym Leader Challenge formats, this guy is still running around. And honestly, up until this point, Raikou was like always ridiculously powerful and is one of the most powerful cards. Okay, I'm going to be real. Raikou is the most powerful card in the Lightning pool of cards by a lot, right? Amazing shot, 120, 120 snipe for 3 energy is just insane. You can activate Raikou with counter energy. I mean, that's like, oops, with counter energy, which, you know, you can only use if you're behind on prize cards. Counter energy is a double rainbow energy, so you can use that. You can use Magneton to activate the counter energy with its call signal ability, which allows you to search your deck for 3 supporters, but you knock it out. And then you can use Magneton, and you could use Magneton to go search for Lieutenant Surge's strategy, which allows you to play 3... Dang, where is it? Yeah, which allows you to play 3 supporters during your turn, and you could get Guzma and Hala, and, you know, you could search for all this other stuff, and then, like, yeah, it's just... It's a lot. There's a lot going on here. The turn 2 amazing shot is pretty devastating for pretty much every deck to encounter. There's only so many decks that have bench barrier abilities in Gym Leader Challenge formats. That is Psychic, Water, and Fairy. I'm upset that I mentioned Fairy, but technically it has bench barrier. And then both Fighting and Grass have bench barrier on a stage 1 Pokemon, but what does it matter if you can just amazing shot the basic before it has a chance to evolve, right? So, like, yeah, it's tough. Now, on GymLeaderChallenge.com, you take a look at the ban list. No Pokemon have made the ban list on power level alone, except for Kyogre. Yep. Kind of stands on a platform by itself. Kyogre does 80 damage to everything, which pretty much board wipes, and you could very easily set up decks to where they could just amazing surge over and over again and then just absolutely bludgeoned anything into non-existence. So Kyogre is the only card that's been banned based on power level so far, and it's because the attack amazing surge doesn't really make sense in Gym Leader Challenge formats when you think about and consider the HP totals of most evolving Pokemon and the fact that bench barrier is limited. Even bench barrier could be easily played around in any Kyogre deck because you had Shady Dealings Intellion, could go search out your Silent Lab, turn off the bench barrier, and then continue onwards. So Raikou has been a card that's like always kind of been on the watch list. But with the new Joltik coming out, you know, maybe it's a card that may eventually have to exit Gym Leader Challenge format. And I say that with much, much, much sadness because I love Lightning and I love my Lightning Gym Leader Challenge deck. But it is certainly something that's going to need to be thought about because the yeah, getting turned to basically Amazing Raikou is pretty nasty. So yeah, it's a card that's been on the watch list for a long time. The Joltik itself is not broken. Joltik's fine. And obviously TM Turbo Energize exists now, right? But like I worry that maybe the combination of Joltik with Amazing Raikou is a little bit too broken. So that may need to be something that gets addressed. I have not put enough time into figuring that out quite yet, but that could be something that's on the horizon. Yes, for sure. So, something to think about. This guy's nuts. Mountain Ring is a card. Stadiums can be countered so easily. Galvantula EX is a Terra Pokemon. It's got 2 attacks. Charged Web, 110 damage. If your opponent's active Pokemon is a Pokemon EX or Pokemon V, does 110 more damage. So 220 damage to Pokemon EX and V. And then I don't know what that word is. Fulgurite. 180 damage. Discard all energy from this Pokemon. During your opponent's next turn, they can't play any item cards. Discard all energy? Ew. 180 damage item lock. Yeah, but at what cost, you know? At the cost of discarding all energy? Yikes. Dashbun EX, 250 hit points, evolves from Fido. Full mealtime, once during your turn. When you play this card from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, you may heal all damage from each of your evolution Pokemon, and then you discard all energy from them. So it's like a max potion. It's like a Pokemon Center. Okay. And then you do 130 damage. All right, so he creates like a Cheryl effect, right? Is that not what Cheryl did? I'm pretty sure that's exactly what Cheryl did. Interesting. I like that effect being on a Pokemon. I think it's fun. But yes, everything pretty much gets one hit KO these days, so not sure of the effectiveness, but we'll see. Lacey is a supporter card. Shuffle your hand into your deck and draw 4. If your opponent has 3 or fewer prize cards, draw 8. That's cool. I mean, it's really good in the back half of the game. Really mid in the front half of the game. That's fun. You know, maybe a card like that could see play. It is such a low draw power in the beginning, but 8 at the end is very strong. And then we've got the Great Tree. The Great Tree A-Spec. This thing looks interesting. I'm not going to lie. It is pretty interesting. Once during each player's turn, that player may search their deck for a Stage 1 Pokemon that evolves from one of their basics, put it onto it, and then they can search their deck for a Stage 2 Pokemon and put it onto it. So all you have to do is have a basic out, and the Great Tree instantly evolves your basic up to a Stage 2. You don't have to search the Pokemon out. You don't have to have them in your hand. In fact, the opposite. You cannot have them in your hands. That is one of the stipulations. They have to be in your deck. If a Pokemon that you want to evolve into is in your hand, you're out of luck. So it's a stadium card that instantly evolves your Pokemon up. It's like Broken Time Space. It's like Forest of Giant Plants. It's like those. It's like a double Wally, but yeah, it's like a double Wally as a stadium card, right? But both players can use it, which is, that's something. And, like, like, you can turn 1 Starbirth with this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could turn 1 Palkia V-Star, right? No, you can't? Why can't you? Oh, V-Stars aren't stage 1s. All right, I take it back. Never mind. Never mind. I only checked for the basics. All right. Because V's are basics. You're right. And then I checked for any qualifiers about rule box Pokemon. All right. So you could get a turn 1 Meowscarada EX, though. But you can't get turn 1 V-Stars. All right, I think that's actually a little bit more balanced than I was originally thinking. You can't turn 1 anything? This card's terrible, dude. Read the card. I don't want to read. I didn't want to read. I did way more reading than I felt like. So the card's terrible. You're telling me I can't use it turn 1? What's the point? I'm just kidding. It's definitely not terrible. It's good. It's just not nearly as broken as I thought it might be. It's a fine card. It is. It's a good card. And you could search it out with the new Colress. Right? There's the new Colress. Colress's Tenacity, that allows you to search for a special energy and a stadium. Noctowl, I mean, doesn't the Noctowl only proc if you evolve it from hand? Right. So no, I don't think it procs Noctowl, right? Thank you, Reverend General, for the sub in the 30 months. Thank you, Deshell, for the sub in the 32 months. You can grab it with Noctowl. Sure. Thank you, Ridgeway, for the sub in the 35 months. Appreciate it. I think this card will be very good in. All right, this card will be very good in stage 2 evolution based decks that do not want to play Neo Upper Energy. That's like, that's the deal. Stage 2 decks that are not playing Neo Upper Energy. This is your guy, right? I saw somebody tweeting about Meowscarada EX. Like, is this... Oh, yeah, baby. It does not activate Charizard's ability. No. So it's not even good in there. Charizard doesn't count. Yeah, Charizard, I take it back. Not Charizard, okay? The reason why it won't work in Charizard is because Charizard's ability doesn't proc when it comes from the deck. Instant Pidgeots. You think it'll be very good in Zardclops? There's a lot of competition for good A-Specs and Zardclops decks, though, right? So, like, I could see it maybe seeing some play. But also, I think Zard just has other A-Specs at once, I think. And you can't do it turn 1. Dude, if you could get a turn 1 Pidgeot, that would be so hype. But you can't. So, like, what's the point? Could this thing make single prize stage 2 decks more viable? Listen, I didn't read the card entirely yet, but I'm like pretty sure that you could reuse this thing. Is there any? What's the best way to recover a stadium? Roxanne, something. Roseanne's research. Roseanne's research and Silene. Is it Roseanne's backup? That's it. Not Roseanne's research. That's an old card. So you could reuse the Great Tree. The Great Tree does not, like, you know, does not peter out of effectiveness like some other ace specs when it hits the discard pile. There are some ace specs that cannot be retrieved. The Great Tree can be retrieved. So if you wanted to, you could. Unless it gets lost zone. Sure. You realize, as someone who's lived through Forest of Giant Plants, it's like really hard for me to get excited about a card like this, you know? Like, I was playing when this card was released. Man. Shaman EX was legal. You could just go turn 1 Vileplume. Going first. Yeah. Turn 1 item lock. Going first. That used to be a thing. Turn 1 Decidueye. Going first. And then you show me a card like this, which is very well balanced, and I'm like, come on. Forest was never banned in Standard. No. Ace specs were not this dynamic the first time around. No, they were not. They were much more vanilla. Have there ever been cards banned from Standard? Great question. Yes. Jason Klaczynski famously won the Madison Regional Championships in 2015 with his Seismitoad EX Shaman Lysander's trump card deck and beat a Virizion Genesect deck in the finals. With Seismitoad. Let me show you this. All right. Jason Klaczynski used this card right here, okay? This card to beat this card. This card, all right? This card literally resists water, cannot be affected by special conditions, and accelerates grass energy from the deck to this guy. All right. I did not get to see that yet. Eric, no. I have not seen it. So, yes. Jason used this card, which gets hit for weakness from grass, right? To beat these guys some of the best grass cards ever printed. And this shuts down like special conditions, Genesect one-hit KO Seismitoad, and Seismitoad was able to beat that deck. And you want to know how Seismitoad was able to beat that deck? With the only card that's ever been banned from standard format, Lysander's trump card. Okay? So Jason had this Toad Shaman deck where you used Shaman EX to draw through your entire deck, and then you played like Crushing Hammers and all of that, right? Crushing Hammers, Hypnotoxic Lasers, all of that. And then you drew through your entire deck, and then you would use Trump card, and you would put the hammers back into the deck. And then you would continue drawing through your deck with Shame, and you had like Super Scoop Up, so you could flip Super Scoop Up and then like pick up your Shaman EX and continue drawing, and you just like, you kept doing that. So like unlimited Crushing Hammers. He basically figured out how to keep his opponent item locked while using unlimited Crushing Hammers to keep his opponent out of energy. Yeah, you'd hammer the energy away first, then hit him with the Hypnotoxic Laser. Yes. And then when you're done, you put all the cards back in with Trump card, do it all again. Yep. You had Trump card, you had Shaman EX. So you'd be drawing with setup, and then you'd play Super Scoop Up, pick the Shaman up, put it back down, set up again, fill your hand at 6, all that. You just do this over and over again. Shaman EX is when you put this card from your hand to your bench, you can draw until you have 6 cards in your hand. So you just do that. You had double colorless energy. It's Crobat, but Crobat can only be used once a turn. Shaman EX could be used 4 times. I mean, Shaman EX, you could use Shaman EX as many unlimited times per turn. Yeah. So, like, you could use Shaman EX, then draw into a Super Scoop Up, play Super Scoop Up, flip heads, pick up your Shaman EX, put it back down, and use it again. Yeah. And then you had double colorless energy as well. Like now we have double turbo energy, but back then we had double colorless energy. Double colorless energy is literally double turbo energy without the downside. Like, it's actually just double turbo energy, but more broken. Yeah. So that was crazy. And then you had Muscle Band to make it so that your guy just did 20 more damage. You notice how, like, all right, hit points have been power crept over 100 since this format. Like, in this format, the biggest Pokemon were like 180 hit point Pokemon EX in the format that I'm talking about right now in 2015. But they had a tool card that buffed your attack by 20. Mochi is a flat 40, but it requires that your guy is poisoned. Like, they still haven't printed a damage buff as powerful as Muscle Band. They have Vitality Band, which is plus 10. They have Defiance Band, which is plus 30 if you're losing, right? But they've never reprinted a vanilla plus 20. And plus 20 was a greater percentage of Pokemon's total HP back then than it is now, right? So, yeah, I mean, this card is very, Like, this card's good. And I think it's even balanced, honestly. It's just really good card, and they just don't want to print it again. And I think that's fair. You know, they like having their damage buffs be conditional now, and I get it. Yeah, this card's like way too good. So I get it. As a one of in GLC, it makes sense though. It's good. It's cool. But yes, has there ever been a card banned from standard format? Jason Klaczynski won the 2015 Madison Regional Championship with a deck that had no business beating the other deck that it beat, and he did. And it was all thanks to Lysander's trump card. And as soon as that regional ended, Lysander's trump card was banned. Pretty much instantaneously. Was Jason's deck known or secret? It going into that event, it was like a one-off. I mean, like, everybody had their own kind of different builds. The concept was there. Jason just did it better than everybody else. Like, everybody kind of knew the concept. Some people were using Slurpuff to draw, right? Some people were using Tasting with Seismitoad to draw through the deck, but that wasn't nearly as fast as just really reusing Shaman. I played against quite a few Seismitoad, like Turbo Seismitoad decks at, was Verseeker in format? Absolutely. So then you just reuse the trump card over and over again. Yeah. I played against quite a few Turbo Toad decks at that regionals. I got top 16 at that regionals, actually. The final regional championships with trump card, I got top 16 with my Raichu deck. I was playing Circle Circuit Raichu. My deck was actually really freaking cool. I was playing Circle Circuit Raichu, and I played Skyfield, and so then you could do up to 160 damage if you had a full bench, and then I would get Muscle Bands into play, and then you could do 180 damage. And this was the most insane part. My deck was Raichu Ninetales. I literally made the deck up like the night before the event. Raichu Ninetales, and then we used Ninetales to lock Skyfield in play. So I would use Shaman EX to draw through my deck. I would put Skyfield in play, and then I would lock it into play with this. I played both Ninetales. I played both Barrier Shrine and Bright Look. I played both of them. It was like a 3-2-1 Ninetales split. I had 3 Vulpix. I had Sounds hard to fill your bench with Ultra Ball as the only search card? No way. Ultra Ball got Shaman every time, so you would just draw into your stuff. And then you could Colress for 16. Yeah, you would like draw, Juniper, bench, Colress. I had Level Ball too. I think I played a few Level Balls. So like, yeah, you just drew through the deck like nobody's business. And then you would Colress for 16, and you're like, yeah, I'm unstoppable for sure. I think I played 4 Ultra Ball and like 2 or 3 Level Ball was like the only search. So like you could just spam Level Ball. You draw into Level Ball, you're like, all right, Level Ball, Ultra Ball for Shaman, draw 6. Right. Yeah, I played Level Ball. Yeah. It was Ultra Ball, Level Ball was the engine. Yeah. Free Retreat on Raichu was also insane for sure. But then the crazy thing was that deck only played 4 double colorless energy too. So like, and that was a really novel concept at the time. Like my list only played 4 double colorless energy, and you just used Lysander's trump card to put all of the energy back into the deck. Like that seems obvious now, but back then people were really sketched out about the idea of only running 4 energy in your deck. Like that was sketchy, right? Nobody wanted to do that. But like that kind of became a thing And I remember showing my deck list to Chris Fulop, and he was like, you're kind of insane for only running 4 double colorless, but he's like, but I respect it. That's sick. And it worked because you just had Lysander's trump card and you would draw through the whole deck. And you just would use Lysander's trump card to put the double colorless back into the deck. So it was a Raichu deck and all you had was 4 DCE. How are people getting lists pre-2017? Out of your brains, baby. You had to use your brain. Yeah, that's right. You had to use your noggin and make stuff up. That was part of the excitement. Yeah, we built our own decks. I'm telling this event that I'm telling you about right now, like this Raichu deck that I built for this event, I built it the night before the event. Like, we weren't going off of anything. We just built it. Like, and we ran it, and I got top 16 with it. Those were the days. That's why I said at the beginning of this stream, I was like, there's been so many times where I'm like, you know what? Sometimes I wish I could go back, bro. Times were better, man. For real. They were. Times were simpler. Times were better. But, like, it's fine. Change is constant. Nothing stays the same. Everything changes. It is what it is. Now you go to a tournament and you know 90% of the cards that are in your opponent's deck. No, I'm serious. It sucks. You know 90% of the cards in your opponent's deck. Like, it's not nearly as fun. It's just less fun. Right? It was so cool going and like the act of discovery happening at the events was so fun. But we can't ever go back to that. It's never going back, right? Because things are just different now. Snoopy, maybe it's different fun to you, but to me, it's definitely less fun. It was more fun when the act of discovery happening organically in person was way more fun than just everything being copy-paste from the internet. Way more fun. Yeah. Like, yeah, it was super novel. It was cool. Snoopy says, but I'm definitely a person who is not and never will be good at or enjoy deck building. See, that's my favorite part of the game is the deck building, right? That's my favorite part. I love it. It's so much fun. Man. Yeah, it was so much fun. But anyways, things are just different now, right? Yeah, things are different now. The concept of cooking isn't totally dead, but your opportunities to cook are much more limited. And if you look at like, the beginning of formats are kind of like your opportunities, but even then we do still have a lot of information we're getting from Japan before tournaments ever happen. We already have a certain amount of information that's already been divulged from Japan, which like everybody's aware of. So you're kind of starting from like a pretty advanced meta position already. But cooking used to be a lot more widespread. Now you play and you're like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I know 99% of the cards in your deck. Right. That's just kind of the way it is now. Now we just microwave. No, you can't go back in time. It's fine. Things were just different. And it's like, it was exciting to be, and that's why old people always talk about the old days, because you can't go back to the old days, so you just have to talk about them. You can't go back, all right? Nobody can go back. We can't go back in time as much as you might want to. You can't. You just can't. Things are different. It's fine, okay? Us old people are just going to always talk about the old days because they were sick. The good old days. It's just what it is. We're just going to talk about them. And the young people, you just got to deal with it, all right? So right now, if I want like the itch from the act of discovery, like right now, I just picked up the Neopets trading card game and I'm like scratching that itch. It's fun. It's fun to like dive into a pool where there's extremely limited information out there and like discover combinations that work in a card game, right? So like that's been fun for me, just diving into a new trading card game and to get a new, less popular trading card game and to get some of that act of discovery, right? So I'm kind of getting that in Neopets. I get some of that in Gym Leader Challenge as well. I do, right? Just by the nature of the formats, right? So it's been really, really fun to do that in Gym Leader Challenge over the course of the last couple of years. Like, you know, people are always cooking in Gym Leader Challenge. There's always different decks, different builds, different ways to do things. Arguing with your friends over which builds are more optimal is like, man, it brings me back, you know? Laying out our Gym Leader Challenge lists and yelling at each other about which cards are better than other cards, man, makes me feel like I'm 23 years old again. Yeah, it's a lot of fun for sure. But sometimes standard feels like a job. And I know that's just the nature of where I am with the game at this point. Right? I did kind of and I understand how people get a rush out of playing somebody else's deck and playing it well. When I played in the 2006 retro event at Indianapolis this past year, like I was playing somebody else's Dragtrode list, but like the act of discovery and the gameplay was really exciting. I mean, that was really fun and rewarding, like figuring out the different combinations and the different routes. Like that was fun. So I definitely understand how how people can have fun doing things that way too. Like I didn't play through the 2006 era, so for me at this point, like I pretty much have to like, there's people who have done it better than me, right? And have had like 20 years to think about their decks. So like, there's not a lot of cooking I have to do in 2006 format, right? That stuff's pretty much been solved at this point. So I still had a great time just taking a really good deck and playing it well. That's kind of what retro is, right? There's not a lot of room for cooking in retro. I know some retro heads are going to get really mad at me for saying that, but there's not. It's a never-changing format. It doesn't it literally never changes, so things are going to get solved. But the act of discovery, gameplay-wise, can still be very fun. And I had a very good time with that at Indianapolis. So yeah, like we were saying, with the Great Tree, this card's aight. It doesn't terribly impress me. Even decks like Gardevoir would still rather play Unfair Stamp or Hyper Aroma than this, right? The use cases for the Great Tree are going to be much more narrow than other ace specs. The Great Tree will be fine in some decks. That's where I'm at with it, right? It will be fine in some decks. Sure. The RSPK meta has shifted a lot in the last 2 to 3 years. Yeah, Yumi Force, I know. And RSPK people, they are digging into and solving that format. The The fascinating thing about RSPK is that it wasn't really played that much back in the day, though, right? So there is a lot of discovery happening for RSPK right now because it didn't happen that much back in the day, because that format wasn't really played that much back in the day, right? So RSPK is getting a lot of legwork done now because people are more interested in that format now, I think, than people were back then, because it wasn't ever an official TPCI formats. In some lot, we play a whole lot more Let Loose and Zebstrika as an engine now. That makes sense. I was hip to Let Loose back during some lot for sure. That card's crazy. I think at the Denver Regional Championships, was that some lot? No, that was Sun and Moon to team up. I was playing 2 Let Loose in my Pikarom deck. Sun and Moon to team up. And Zach Lesage was playing 2 in his Blacephalon GX deck. So by that point, we were definitely playing 2 Let Loose. Like a lot of us were. But I know a lot of people weren't hip to Let Loose during the some lot time. That is true. But I don't see any reason why every single player wouldn't be playing 2 Let Loose. Yeah. For sure, for sure. But still, like, your some lot format will evolve to that point where it gets solved. Right? So like you'll take it, you'll like file things down until they're perfect, and then that's pretty much it, right? Like, it's a never-changing format. So it's basically getting to the point where it's solved, and then it is what it is, right? And that's the trading card game dilemma, is that the game has to constantly be evolving so that it stays fun, so that it stays engaging. The game needs to continue to evolve and change while still feeling the same. It's hard. How do you do that, right? How do you keep pumping out content as a trading card game? It's difficult. I'm glad I'm not the one who has to answer that question. Oh, yeah. Did you guys see Gold Battle VIP Pass? They're already up to Scarlet and Violet? Holy smokes. Do I ever think they'll make Pokemon TCG 2 and just start over and change some rules? I got my eye on you, Pokemon Pocket. Got my eye on you. Uh-huh. That's why rotation is the best competitive system. Yes, right. You pretty much have to rotate. No, Snoopy, I don't think that they'll ever do it, but like kind of TCG Pocket has the potential. TCG Pocket has the potential to be what you're saying, but it would be like a product on the side of the main game, right? Not replace the main game. There you go. Battle VIP Pass, Gold Edition. Dang, bruh. They had it cooked up this whole time. Flaffy Don. Chinese exclusive cards. That's crazy. It's kind of hype, honestly. You know what? I'm glad the Chinese players are getting some exclusive cards. That's cool. Why the heck not? That's hype. And now, If you want, you can get a gold Battle VIP pass for your GLC deck. Yep. I wonder how hard it's going to be to find one of these. Probably not hard. I mean, because most like English-speaking players, most audiences will not be looking for this card outside of China, right? Because, like, unless you're playing Gym Leader Challenge and have Battle VIP Pass in your GLC deck, then there's no point. So I guess it shouldn't be too hard to find. Paradox Fury Premium Collection. All right. Lediba and Ledian. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may switch in one of your opponent's bench Pokemon with 90 hit points or less. Yeah, no. It's no Bright Look, folks. It's no Bright Look. They could have just reprinted Bright Look. Like I said, I played this card in my 2006 or 2015 Raichu deck, bro. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, you would just switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon with the actual Pokemon. Boom. That easy, right? Why has it got to be 90 or less? That's so bad. Why can't it just be any? Just give us Ninetales. This card is so old. Like 2012, man. 2012. It's fine. We already have Prime Catcher. I guess we don't need any more Gust. That'd be ridiculous. And then we got a new Evolution set. Oh my goodness. All right. We can now confirm Terrestrial Festival is the name of Japan's annual high-class pack set. It will release on Friday, December 6th. This set will feature Eevee and its evolutions as Pokemon EX. Presumably, there will be Terra Pokemon. They will be Terra Pokemon. Yeah. Okay. Now, folks, what did we learn from Evolving Skies? What did we learn, chat? We buy, but do we open it? No, we don't. Yes, we buy the Evolving Skies booster box. Do we sell it? No. Yes. So when the new Eevee set comes out, we buy. And we never open. We all put the booster boxes into our investment portfolios. Yes. Brandon still has the Evolving Skies box for my set release stream, giveaway sealed. So sick. Even if you look up, what? Man, you know how many of these things I open, bro? Some of you in chat were here when I opened this. You remember it. I remember it. It wasn't that long ago. Y'all watched me open this thing. Oh, man. But I wish I hadn't. Even the Japanese booster boxes are $300. Man. All right. So now I'm like really interested to see what Evolving Skies 2 goes like, right? Plus $200. This did not come out a decade ago. This came out. When did this set come out? $3 years ago? MSRP was $50. One times 2 is 100. It's like multiplied by 6 in 3 years. Yeah, $300 from $50 to $300 in 3 years. Like, that's crazy. If you bought, say you bought a few cases of them, you know, man, you're doing pretty good. Yes. Came out May 28th, 2021. Yeah, so a little over 3 years ago. Yeah. Crazy. Thank you, OG Dab God, for that sub in the 23 months. So hype. So yes, when the new Eevee set comes out, we all know what to do. Diamond hands, chat. Diamond hands. Diamond hands. Don't fold. Do not fold, chat. Do not fold. You're going to want to open it to see the cardboard inside. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's not worth it, man. This could be your last chance. Man. Two Sunbreons. Lucid, do I like the GLC card you posted on Twitter? Yes, I do. Yes, they look great. All right, Quaxley waddles into the party at the quack of dawn. Oh, man. Those are some sick puns. These jokes are really punny. I'm quacking up. I'm thinking I'll just warm up some Miraidon, you know? Listen, we made it pretty far today. 3 hours with no TCG live. That's pretty good, honestly. Have I seen the Doge deck? No. Shenbao with Dunsparce? Dunsparce, huh? It's not the best opening hand here. Oh, come on. Playing against Lugia. Come on, just... And I'm going to get to donk him. Just give me a top deck. Your go, bud. No stress. I ain't even stressed. Go ahead. I can use the store Lugia, don't play any tools. You're right. I should have done that. To thin. Yeah, like, what are they going to get? Nothing. It's cool. We top deck here. Yes, I've heard of TCG1, of course. Jacques. Oh, no. Don't donk me, bro. Come on now. Oh, man. Not with the gold balls. Come on. So lucky. Infernan says, what do you play at locals tonight? What's your, I don't know, what's your favorite deck? What deck you got sleeved up at the ready right now? Miraidon, send it. I gotta watch all of this just to see if I top deck. No Lugia. Go Dawn. I kind of look like Jacques. No, no one's ever said that before. That is a tricky gym first. Trying to figure out the best deck to beat Guardy and Raging Bolt. There we go. We're in there, folks. Oh, but I can't squawk and seize. Kind of unfortunate. Make sure that my stone is in there. It is. All right. Raiku's in there too. Beautiful. Okay. Tandem units. I think we're going to go Prime Catcher, one of them chops or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Don't want another one of those. Though, nah. Yeah, we can get him. That's fine. Town store for sure. Get the 4 seal stone. Tandem unit. Give me a Zapdos. He's a single prize attacker. You know, that's kind of cool. I could go 4 seal stone for Arvin. And I could get... Let's see where we're at. Attaboy. Okay. Okay. We're going to go here and here. And then we're going to go Forest Seal Stone for Arvin. And we're going to get Switch. And we're going to get Switch card and Charm. Wait, no. Arvin. You silly goose. Okay. And then we're going to get Charm. No. Charm. Switch card. Yeah. Okay. Blammo. Yeah, that's right. Heal the hand. Okay, that's pretty good. Your Lugia is dead. Let's go, baby. +2 off the prizes. We got Luminion. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, baby. Let's go. And this Don pretty much ain't going nowhere with the charm on it. That's nice. So Raikou better to attack with. I used the Forest Seal Stone, brav. And I wanted to attack with a charmed guy, didn't I? Brav. Come on, brav. Raikou had the charm on him. Or the Raikou couldn't have the charm on him. Because I had to use the Force Seal Stone. They have no rats out. They can attack with the Ursaring. Bro. Ursaring, guys. Yes, they could Ursaring for 240. So I need to put up a guy who's not going to die. Yeah. If they just go Ursaring here, if I go Raikou and they go Ursaring there, then I'm like, cool, kind of bodied. And they still might get the jamming tower. They might, but we're trying to prevent that. They might have it, okay? But we gotta hope that they don't. Connor says, just scoop this up. It's unwinnable because you have bet against me, you traitor. You traitor. You thought I wouldn't notice. All right, here comes the Wellspring Mask, Ogerpon. There's a Fluttermane situation. And what do we got? This thing, why has it got 4 energy on it? Is that so it can live with a gift energy afterwards? Do 100 and then you can snipe my Zapdos? Sure, I guess, right? Is that what you even want to do? Nope. All right. That is a mighty fine top deck there. We do love to see that. Okay. So what are we feeling here? I really want to get Mew EX down. It's Town Store. And then I get the Bravery Charm. And the Prime Catcher resets my attacker. I could Arvin for Generator. That's just like really good. Yeah, let's do that. Get those. Jesse, wouldn't it be funny if I played Dawn at 2 Worlds in a row? I'm saying, bro. Oh, why did I commit to this Prime Catcher? I guess I didn't totally commit to it. I kind of just want to knock out the active, huh? Oh, yeah, let's do this. And then Prime Catcher. I'm a genius. Yeah, I'm a genius. And then we're going to go Generator. Okay. Man, that was a nice little, fun little, fun little effect there on that thing. That was cool. Okay, we're going to put the charm there. Going to put the rescue board onto him. And go get the Mew. Then we're going to prime up the... Yeah, you thought. Okay. And then we're going to draw 2 cards. Nice, I get the attach return. Love to see that. Okay. And I'm coming in with the Photon Blaster. 460 damage. Goodbye, sir. Yeah, I also love that, Jesse. It's one of my favorite things for sure. It's fantastic. Okay, so now we kind of low-key expect the bear or something. There's a Fluttermane here. If they can find Jamming Tower, they can do 90 and then 20 to the hands, which is interesting. And by interesting, I mean not interesting, actually. Would hate that. I would hate that. That would be bad. Would not want that at all. All right, I'll see. Going in for the Hex Hurl. This thing has too much damage on it, that's for sure. I don't love it. I know. Lugia, the real Lugia heads are dropping the Chinchinos. I know. Oh, they got the Jamming Tower. They got the combo. They got the Iono, too. Oh, this is Nightmare Fuel. It's fine. And they got the... Uh-oh, this is looking bad. It's looking not good. It's looking not good, folks. Uh-oh. Top deck boss does not save me. Oh, I guess. Well, no. I'm going to have to restart into a switch. somewhat problematic. And the hands gets knocked out. Yup. That's fine. Joe! Oh, yeah, we're so back, brother. We're so back. We never left. We're nuts at this game. Okay. It needs to be a switch or a generator off of this restart. That's okay. We could be in a tough spot. Okay. Yeah, we're in a little bit of a... If they go Gust knockout with Cinccino this turn, I think I just lose. Fleetfoot. If I retreat into Raikou and find a switch, then I'm still down in energy, though, is the problem. Why retreat into Zapdos? Isn't that really bad? Not necessarily. I need to upset the prize trade, do I not? I should have Tandem United for a for hands out. Yeah, I couldn't attack with Miraidon back-to-back turns, folks. He's got the downside. During your turn, he can't attack. Yeah. I had to switch. Yeah. Yes, I think that this is just GG's, right? That's why I was saying that I had to find the switch off the Mew. Or, yeah, switch. Something like that. I think we just lose here regardless, right? Like, what could I possibly do? I don't think I can do anything. Well, that's not necessarily true. If I hit a double generator onto a hands, I just win. But I can't use the double turbo energy. Okay. I need to attack with Iron Hands this turn. That does not help me at all. Okay. I can boss a baby mouse. This is true. However, there's 2 generators, a lightning. Okay. Gotta go get this guy. I gotta find a generator. Okay. It's gotta be him. It can't be Bear. Bear doesn't take the win. I need to, like, win this turn. Oh, Zap makes... Oh, so I don't need to boss. Okay. That's much better. Yeah. Because Zapdos makes a hit 110. So I do actually hit the right number. Yes. Okay. So I don't need to... Well... Let's conceal first. We should not have concealed first. We wanted to find an Arven there. That's why, like, I wanted to find an Arven off of the concealed so that I could maybe find a generator. He's got a double turbo on him. How many jets are they down? None. That's cool. We find generator right here, bro. retreat to ninja. If we boss bear, retreat to ninja. Because the bear, there's no way that I win if I boss bear, but if I boss like... They win on boss regardless. So I think we have to boss like this. And we have to restart for 1. Oh! Killing me, bro. I think it's got to be, yeah, Greninja. Is today going to be one of those Miraidon suck streams? Maybe so. The one energy that went onto... I guess the thing is my Raikou did just get bossed, so like if the energy had gone to a hand's turn previous, he just would have been bossed, right? So it doesn't really matter. Boss bear and attack with bear. If I attack with bear, they Shinchino for game. Folks. Oh, Raikou got Serena, that's true. This is so terrible. All right. They can just retreat into Chinchino for game. Yeah, so we just have to... We have to restart into generator, as sad as it is. Man, 1 energy shy. That's so sad. Yeah, no. GG's. Dang, bruh. Miraidon stinks. Terrible deck. They already had boss the other Chichino and attack with bear. I guess that's true. We could have done that. We needed to boss the other Chinchino as our boss target so that then we could have knocked that out and said maybe you don't have 4 energy left in deck. That's true. That was an out. That was an out. They might. I kind of was just like assuming they'd also need to whip boss. It was an out, so I should have taken it. Yes, there was an out there. Yes. I do kind of assume that Lugia just has the energy too much for sure. Yeah, I could have seen the line if it wasn't for the Hexen out. For sure, dude. For sure. I needed to pressure the attacker, knock it out with bear. Yeah, for sure. All right, here we go. We're up against what, probably Guardy? Let's go. Playing against Gardevoir. Gardevoir with Pokegear. And Klefki. They think they're gonna Klefki me. That's what they think. They think that they're like, he didn't open the prime catcher. But I did. I did open the prime catcher, actually. I did. Yeah. And I'm going to use it. Yeah. So I think I can get Nest Ball for Mew and just prime catcher into that, I guess. Or what? We go generator. Nah, I think I've already got a generator. That's fine. Nest Ball for Mew. That seems okay. Nest Ball for Mew. Give me that. Yeah, right there. Good. Then we've got tandem units. We go get U and U. We put that there. We put that there. Generator. Squawk and Seas. Mm-hmm. 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 All right. You don't say, huh? Okay. That's fine. Town Stow. Use it. Why not Mew before the Squawk? Because it's definitely possible to get my hand bigger. Or get my hand smaller. So that I can Mew after. I think we're going... As you can see, I drew into an Ultra Ball, right? I mean, like, I can restart now. The no attach wasn't crazy. You're going for double turbo energy. So that you can start using hands. I am thinking Nest Ball for Ninja. But it's going to be... Yeah. Nest Ball for Ninja. It's going to be Bravery Charm here. Sure, I'll conceal. Okay. Ultra Ball. I really want to keep that boss. We just gotta attack at this point, so that's fine. I'm just gonna Mew for 3. Come on, Mew. Okay, we got our lightning back, so I need to find generator just so I can attack, honestly. And the generator just needs to hit a lightning energy. It's 8 in the deck. Okay, that'll work. And we're just going to the hands. And then the third. And we got the turn 1 arm press. That's fine. It's on the only Ralts. So we'll take it. And then we just hope that we can go. Yeah, see, there we go. Bada boom, bada bing. That easy. Cool. I love this deck. I love Iron Hands. I love Miraidon. What a cool guy. My opponent picked up his toys and said, I don't want to play anymore. One of these days I'll... Oh, I'm against Soda? Sick. One of these days I'll switch it up and play something new, but I'm just having too much fun with the Dawn right now. I don't know, something about it being warm outside and fresh summer air. Yeah, I'll switch it up sooner or later, but the Dawn just provides lately. All right, so I'm playing against Soda with a Lost Box deck. I saw Fire Energy and Psychic Energy. So maybe it's a Lost Box Dragapult situation. This is fine. We got an Ultra Ball because I do not have anything else going on, so it's just got to be this. Or Sablezard. Could absolutely be Sablezard for sure. It's got to be this, and then it's got to be Tandem Unit, and it's got to be for y'all. And then, you know, let's let her rip. Okay. Yup. Nothing worth having comes easy, folks. I think I got to get this guy up and just start drawing cards. Cool. Pass. And I get to see 2 more cards. I get to see a top deck, and I get to see... No. See, it's Dragapults. I was considering not using the switch cart into Raikou just in case I top decked a Lightning Energy and then I could go switch cart into hands and just guaranteed amp. And sure enough, the top deck was a Lightning Energy. I considered that, but I decided that I was going to be in a better spot if I just went for the Raikou now so that I could see 2 extra cards over the course of the next 2 turns. I felt like kind of waiting and holding the switch cart wasn't really worth it. But who knows? Cut a charm for a judge, Jesse says. All right, out of Gibbs's list. All right. Judge seems kind of broken. I'm with you. We Fleetfoot into Arvent. That's what I'm saying. Give me a top deck and a Fleetfoot. I'm in here. See, I'm even in there right there. Pain. Just agony, actually. Lightning every time. Ultra Ball. So much pain. So much pain, bro. Fleet first would have given me a mute. Don't tell me that. I was trying to thin the Lightning out of my deck so that I had a higher chance of fleet footing into good stuff. All right? It doesn't matter what would have been there. All right, so my original thought to like... that just didn't work out the way that it was supposed to work out. Unfortunately. This feels so ugly. The generators are not being very nice to me. This 3 generators worth of energy in play right now. 3 generators? And this is all I have to show for it? Sad. This is not much to show for it. Ooh. You know it's bad when I'm like excited for the unfair stamp. Like, oh yeah, this is nice. 2 different cards. Man. Listen, there's a lightning here. I can work with this. I know the new Joltik does look hype. But, you know, how is that card fitting into standard? What are we doing with it in standard, you know? Oh, don't do this. That's fine. All right, take my Raikou. Sure. That's fine. You can have him. He's a loser. I thought you were going to bring up the Blood Moon. I was going to be so upset if you did that. Whippy! Auto add to, sure, I guess, to Ogerpon with Raging Bolt. The Joltik? I suppose so. I mean, that gets an obscene amount of energy in play. But was Raging Bolt really strapped to, like, get energy in play? Was that really, like, was that something the deck was struggling with? Was it not doing enough damage on turn 2? Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, giving your opponent a free turn kind of feels bad. Like, doesn't Raging Bolt just want to start attacking turn 1? Yeah. Yeah, Bolt can already do 350 turn 1 going second, right? Like, I don't really think that you actually need to put the Joltik into Raging Bolt, right? You know what I'm saying? So, like, what are we actually doing there? There is a Radzard. A Radzard has hit the board. Soda, if you knock out my Iron Hands this turn, I quit. You better not. No vacuum. Leave my hands alone. He's just out here chilling. Nah, he ain't got it. This Iron Hand's hanging on. For sure. And then I'm just going to have to take 1 prize. You haven't played a supporter yet? You got to be joking me. Why am I so ruined? No vacuum, 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 no vacuum. No vacuum. Oh, yeah, let's go, baby. Let's go. The hands provides. Okay, we got Zapdos. Do not need that Zapdos. That is for sure. So we got to bundle this turn. I think we kind of want to go get Mew, though, right? But then they could take the 4 prize win. So we need to not go Mew. Yes. So we need to go... We need to just thin our deck like a good boy and just bundle. No, we can't put a Pokemon down with less than 200 hit points, guys. We just bundle. We bundle amp. That's what we got. Yes, this is our master plan. I take 2. I say, all right. Show me what you got. If they have Defiance, if they have Defiance Band, Gust, Dragapult, then I lose. Or Vacuum plus Defiance, sure. We need them to not have all that. Two cards in deck. Here's Dragapult. 1 card in deck. Iono. Okay, I need a little more than what I have because they only took 2 prizes. Oh, no. No, I just get the prime catch every game. Never mind. Yep, I'm good. Okay. Yeah. GG's, Soda. The bear is broken. Whee! It's like every deck has its own Radiant Charizard. Isn't that fun? And he's got 260 hit points for some reason. He's just like way too big. Cut Charm for Judge. Is that where you're at, Jesse? Did I click roll into a game? I'm pretty sure they just sent me into a game against my will. And it's against the AI? Wait, what? No, the game just sent me into a battle against the computer. Against my will. I did not click that. Would you like to play a game? I don't think I clicked test deck. Did I click test deck? I don't recall clicking test deck. This is what Jesse says. Jesse says we need a judge. Why do we need the judge? Just because you need some hand disruption? That makes sense. I like that. Judge over Iono. Judge is good because it's good early, and I think that's like the whole idea of this deck is to be aggressive early, so... Iono, the problem with this deck is that playing Iono is that Iono just very quickly turns into an upside down supporter where it's giving your opponent, like if you have to play it, it gives your opponent more cards than it gives you, which is not what you want. Alrighty then. We're against the Ogre Pawn deck. Sure. Got the Prime Catcher on me. We got some Ogre Pawn over here. Sure, that's fine. And I will be attempting to gust this thing out and knock it out on the first turn of the game. That'd be great. Yeah, your Ogre Pawn is super, super dead. Put the Judge in the deck, draw into the Judge. What the heck? I guess I might as well. Turn 1 Judge, Prime Catcher, knock out your guy is like kind of gnarly. Tandem unit. I think we're good to just get these guys. Oh, but I need to go for a... Yeah, I can't just Prime Catcher. I need to go for a... I don't have a generator, so I have to go for that. I don't think we Judge, funny enough. Yeah, we'll just attach this here. Prime Catcher up this guy. We'll Squawk. No, you don't Judge then, Squawk. Look at us here. See, this is great. Playing Arvin, great. $10 we Fleetfoot into a Lightning Energy. Okay, guess I lost $10. All right, we'll get these. And then... Ultra Ball. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. Is the Bravery Charm more important than the Lost Vacuum? I guess the Lost Vacuum because it allows me to remove their Bravery Charms, which I really want to do. Get this guy. And then generator. Sad. It's all right. We're going to go here. But first I'm going to bounce around the screen a little bit. And get another Arvin. And then I'm going to attach 4 Sealstone. And I'm going to use it. And we're going to get yet another generator. Okay. Easy money. And then we start blasting. Cool. Take out your guy. Feels good. We got Generator and Boss. That feels great. Love to see that. And we're going to hope that this little Tatsugiri just scoops up their cards. But no, they've got an Arvin. So they will be playing ball. And see, they've got the Bravery Charm. I knew they would have that. That's why I saved my Vacuum for any funny business. I wanted to avoid the funny business. And we knew it was coming. Oh, yeah. I smelled that from a mile away. You hear me? Do you feel me? Oh, come on. All right, that'll do. Hey, love my little swirly lightning energy. That's so fun. I'm going to boss up this guy. And then I'm going to use Vacuum, and I'm going to get rid of your tool. Yeah, no thumbs down. Come on now. Thumbs up. Thumbs up, not down. Thumbs up, brother. What are my thoughts on Earthworm EX? I don't think that Earthworm EX is very good. It's a silly ability, and those kinds of abilities that do residual damage like that, it's like its attack is bad, its ability is silly. I don't really see it being like a meta playable card. There will certainly be silly YouTube videos made about the Earthworm card, okay? But that's not the question we're trying to answer. Is it going to be a meta deck? No, I do not think so. I would love to be proven wrong. I would love to, but I don't think so, no. Its attack is so bad. But anyways, guys, I got a video I got to work on today. That's going to do it for the stream. A little bit of a short one, but I'm still recovering from the 10-hour drive I did last night to get home. I actually didn't even sleep in my own bed last night. I finished the drive 2.5 hours this morning and then showed up to the studio to stream. So I drove 2.5 hours this morning, just barely got home, showered, and then drove straight here. So I'm still recovering from the long road trip this weekend. But I'll be back tomorrow with some more Pokemon TCG content and hopefully feeling a little bit more awake. So I will see you all then. All right. Thank you all, you lovely, beautiful people, for another great day at the gym. I will see you tomorrow. Okay. On the morrow. See ya.